talking to a friend today, and he was asking me, like, what do you do when you haven't heard God, when you're not hearing him say what he wants you to do? And I think like that's the key to faith. The Bible teaches us very clearly in Hebrews chapter 11 that faith is confidence in what we do not see. It's hope and assurance in the unseen, and that's what the ancients were commended for. Is they believed, they had faith in God when they could not see. Many of them never saw what God had promised to them come to being because they had their mind set on some incredible promise that God gave them. But the scripture is very clear to say that the architect and the builder is God. So God is doing something, and sometimes it just feels like he's not. It feels like we can't hear it. So I think faith is continuing to hold on and believe God when you feel like he's not saying anything. Now, I believe God's saying something all the time. I think it's just harder at different points for us to hear it. And I think that sometimes when we're going through those periods where we can't see the movement of God, that faith probably plays a much more critical role. And interestingly enough, when we read the Bible, when we read about the stories, the ancients, that they're commended for having faith, we read all about what they heard God say. We read about the incredible victories, the incredible miracles, the incredible hand of God playing out in history. But that usually is taking place over a span of years, and we aren't reading about all the in-between, like when God wasn't saying anything. Like how many years did Moses and Abraham have to live where there were no highlights and God wasn't saying an incredible amount, or he wasn't speaking a real massive volume, if you will. And that may be where you find yourself today, is like, is God saying anything? Or maybe God's just taking you through a period, a season, where he wants you to exercise faith and believe in him in a moment where the movement's not real strong. So I think what you do when you feel like God's not saying anything is you keep on believing. You keep on hoping. You keep assuring yourself on the inside that God is faithful to accomplish what he said he would accomplish in and through you. So hold on to the vision, hold on to the word, hold on to prayer, hold on to other believers, and just know that God is the architect behind the dream that he's given you. And I think you'll see it. Maybe you'll see some of it in this life, but there's no doubt you'll see all of it in the next life, and you'll be richly rewarded. I love what the word says about Abel, that he still speaks even though he's dead. His sacrifice was from the right heart. He ends up losing his life to his brother. His brother takes his life. But the word tells us that thousands of years later, he still speaks even though he's dead. I want my life to speak when I'm dead. And I hope that you're the kind of person who has the kind of faith that is believing God and being assured of the hope that he's given you, that once you're dead, you're long gone, you're still speaking to the world around you. Have a great week, and we'll see you next time.